Hey fellow YouTubers and current subscribers, it's Nick here, and tonight I'm going to be following on with my, this is like part 2 of Spider-Man 3 review. I just want to let everyone know right now, if you haven't seen the movie, now is definitely a good time to click the pause, stop button, whatever, just get out of the video, because I'm going to be delving into some interesting facts about the movie and my opinion on the movie as a whole. So I'm going to be delving into all of it. So once again, if you haven't seen it, stop this right now and then go and see the movie, then come back and then you can hear my opinion. So alrighty, I've given you enough warning. So guys, we all know, those of us who have seen the movie, and if you're still watching it and you haven't seen the movie, well, that's your fault. So we got the new Green Goblin, which is Harry Osborn, taking over his father's spot. We've also got the Sandman. The symbiote comes down from outer space in a meteorite and bonds to Peter, attaches to the back of his motorcycle, or his little scooter thing. Conveniently covering up the number plate, so so it attaches to the bike and later bonds to him when he's unaware. And we also see Gwen Stacy, and I'm not sure of the actor that plays her. I should have probably looked that up before I started doing the video, but she's yum. So I think she played an awesome role to really illustrate the competitiveness between Gwen and Mary Jane. And personally, I thought Gwen was much more attractive than Mary Jane, so there was a bit of an imbalance. That's just my personal choice, though. I think the actress that played Gwen was really attractive. But it was great to see that they had that rivalry, and it was awesome. The battle scenes in Spider-Man 3 were incredible, and from the get-go, the initial battle between Spider-Man, but as Peter Parker, he wasn't actually in his costume or anything, completely unaware of what was going on, what was about to happen. Harry comes down on his new glider and just completely plucks him off his scooter and basically tosses him about like a rag doll, and it was just really cool, because I don't even think the first Green Goblin could have done that sort of damage to Peter. Peter was way out of his element and he was getting his butt kicked, and it was shown that the only way to stop Harry was with the use of the symbiote. So when the symbiote bonded to Peter when he was asleep, gave him that extra chop he needed to do some damage, and unfortunately things didn't quite happen the way they should have. The symbiote, because of its alien nature and just the way it was malevolent and changed Peter for the worse, and turned him into something that he wasn't, and really he did some damage to his best friend, and that was not cool. I mean, watching it in the movie was really cool, but generally it's pretty scary to see what it actually turned him into. But it was cool the way they portrayed Peter when he had the black suit on underneath his civilian clothes. Was awesome. He sort of dropped the hair down and just lost the complete nerdy look, and he was dancing everywhere in the street, had heaps of confidence, when Harry basically gave the ultimatum to Mary Jane to tell Peter it's all over, and Peter went and started seeing Gwen, basically stole Gwen away from Eddie Brock, thus giving the rise for Eddie to want vengeance against Peter for making him lose his job, stealing his girlfriend, and completely humiliating him in the workplace, thus getting Eddie Brock extremely pissed off. So yeah, he was pretty cool. I mean, I think the jazz club scene was awesome. That dance, you know, he just jumped on the piano, started jumping around everywhere, doing the dance. That was really cool, and I was like, yeah, this is awesome. Like, I was laughing so much in the movie. It was cool, and contrary to what some people were laughing at, I was laughing at things that were supposed to be laughed at. I've heard a lot of negative comments, from what I've seen on people's blogs and a few comments here and there. They didn't like it, but I thought it was awesome. I thought it was really clever, and it was one of the best movies I've seen. And normally, movies based around comic book characters are sometimes a little bit hard to relate, or they're just a bit too far-fetched or whatever. But, you know, despite everything in the movie, like, it's I mean, pretty hard to conceive a human becoming a Spider-Man, but just the regular, normal relationships in the movie were real, and they could have happened, and everything else just added to the excitement of the movie. So I am going to give this movie 5 stars out of 5, as opposed to Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2. I don't think they progressively got better during the series. I think Spider-Man 1, even I've seen it a few times, so I'm kind of over it, but I think when you saw it the first time, it was a good movie, so I'd probably give that one 3 stars, and I'd give Spider-Man 2 probably 2.5 stars. There were some parts of that I liked, but I won't get into it too much. But I think Spider-Man 2, I didn't, for whatever reason, I'm not quite sure, I can't pinpoint it, but I just didn't quite like the way they portrayed Doc Ock. I don't know, I can't exactly pinpoint it. It's not a huge fault, but it just felt a little bit funny for me. And yeah, I'm not sure how they would work all this in, but I don't know, I'd kind of like to see some of the lesser villains, because they were kind of, that's when Spidey really got to mock his villains. When he really had it over someone, he would really let them have it. Just in terms of just verbal humiliation, he just really just let rip and just really make fun of them. And, you know, he'd be bouncing everywhere, they couldn't catch him. Like, for example, the Rhino, perfect example. The Rhino being strong, but is just way outclassed by Spider-Man. He was just way too quick with his spider sense, his agility, his speed, his webbing, everything. It was just, he had him hands down. But yeah, I'd like to see some of the other villains, like Scorpion. He was really cool. Yeah, Scorpion, Rhino, Shocker, he'd be pretty cool. Or Electro, throw him in somewhere. Yeah, I think probably a good actor, I think, to play Electro, for example, would be Jim Carrey. Even though he has had other roles in like comic book adapted movies. You know, for example, Batman, he's had the role of the Riddler in that, but I think worked the right way, he might be able to pull it off, and I think that'd be cool. But yeah, there's a lot of room to play with Spider-Man, and definitely my favourite comic book character, and the movies have been really rewarding. And Spider-Man 3, yeah, like I said, that's definitely 2 thumbs up and 5 stars. I loved it. And yeah, so that's that. I'm just, while I'm doing a video now, I'm going to throw in a few extra little bloggy bits. My room is a mess, and I've been doing stenciling all day and making t-shirts and playing around when I should have been studying and stuff, so I thought I'd get that out anyway. But yeah, this is what I've done. It's pretty funny. It's George Bush